Shalom, Israel. My name is Officer Kayad, one out of I.S.U.P.K, Jamaica. I.S.U.P.K started 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. I.S.U.P.K is run by Commanding General YAHANNA, the one man with the rank and the authority to lead Israel at this time. I say Yahweh Ba'asham Yahawashai Barakatham to my brothers, Yahweh Shema Ailathan Ba'asham Yahawashai to my sisters. All right, so we're going to show you today that, the people in the Bible are black. Sometimes we have to repeat them thing here because, for some reason, there's people still going around claiming that the Bible is a white man book. When I think by now that is, I think the arse has gone through the gate that the people in the Bible are black people. But for to remind, who might have heard, but don't know where this, this talking point come from that the people in the Bible are black, comes from. We will go over it in a, this short video. Remember to like, subscribe, share on all social media platforms. Zin? All right, so we're going to jump to the scriptures. And it's all in the Bible. Then you have to wonder now, why is your Christian church, not letting you know that the people in the Bible are black, talking about the children of Israel in the Bible? See? And it's very important because, all right, if the children of Israel are black, then why you have people over there in Israel who are not black calling themselves Israel? Is the, the main question. And if the Israelites are us who were brought over here in chains, then the people who claim to be us are the slave master. That is a case of identity theft and kidnapping. It's like kidnapping somebody and stealing their identity and then not giving them identity back while claiming to be them. You understand? That is a serious thing. See? And we here in Jamaica, we can confirm that we do not know who we are. We think we are African. You understand? That is what the education system here in Jamaica taught us. You understand? And for the most part, our people, we grab on to that dearly. We say, yes, we are African because they took us from Africa. But we have to remember again, it is the same people who kidnap us who told us that we were African. You understand? That is a food for thought. So you should be somewhat skeptic as to, if what they are saying is true. Of course, we brought out that many of us did not even come from Africa. We came from Europe in slave ships. You understand? Many of us came in slave ships from Europe. See? And the ones that were taken from Africa, they are not the native Africans. They are the Jews of the Bible, the Israelites. All right, so then we jump to the book of Jeremiah chapter 14 and 2, and it says, Judah mourneth. Right, so who is Judah? Judah is one of the 12 tribes of Israel. You know what I mean? The term Judah was shortened to form the word Jew. That is where the word Jew come from. The man that called himself the Jew today over there in Israel don't even know which tribe him come from. And he does not know that the term Jew comes from the word Judah. See? But it says in the Bible, you know what I mean? The Bible that was written by the Jews, by the Israelites. You understand? They said, Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. What does it mean by the gates? Talking about the leadership. Because a gate is what you put on your yard to keep intruders out of your yard. You have your fence and then you have a gate. You lock that gate to ensure that no one come in to your yard without your permission. See? That is talking about our defense, our leaders. They languish. You understand? Talking about the politicians, the Christian leaders who, the Christian pastors who claim to be, prophets of the Most High, but teach us, the oppressors poison called Christianity. That has nothing at all to do with the Bible. Christianity and the Bible is two different things because there's no religion inside of the Bible whatsoever. You understand? So this is letting you know that the Jews are mourning. The Bible is letting you know that the Jews are in mourning and their leadership are languishing. You understand? That is black people over here. Let me continue reading. They are black. So the Bible make you know that the Jews are black. You understand? Who do they call black people today? When they refer to black people, they are talking about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We are black people. See? For the most part, Africans only get incorporated into this black thing because they now claim that we are Africans, but we were called black over here. You understand? They were once calling Native Indians Negro, putting us all in the same boat because we were the same people. Africans were not called black even though they had dark skin. The white man only called us black because we were over here with him and he wanted to ensure that we remain, you know what I mean, with the stigma of inferiority by calling us the black people and calling himself white. White meaning purity, you know what I mean, kindness, everything righteous, while we are black talking about dark, evil and everything. So the term black was put upon us by the oppressor. You understand? Not as a compliment, but to, you know what I mean, degrade us or to, you know what I mean, defamate, you know what I mean, give us a bad impression of ourselves. You know what I mean? For lack of a better word. See? So it said they are black onto the ground. So now when you think about the term black, you're really talking about skin color in this sense. You understand? But when you talk about like onto the ground, now you mean like different shades of brown. Because the deeper way you go down in the soil is the darker it get. You understand? Our complexion is like the soil. You understand? And the cry of Jerusalem is gone up, meaning we are in mourning, we are suffering, we are in the ghetto, the barriers, you know what I mean, the reservation, you know what I mean, suffering poverty, suffering drug abuse. You understand? Even here in Jamaica, we suffer drug abuse, you know what I mean, marijuana, and we think it's a culture, we think it's a good thing. But it's because of the hard life that we live here in Jamaica that caused majority of us to turn to the smoking of weed. But we think it's a good thing because the Rastafari community teach us that weed is a sacrament and it make you wise, and which is a lie. You understand? So we know we are so destroyed that we glorify drug abuse. You understand? So Jeremiah let you know that the Jews are in this condition. The real Jews. See? Judah. You understand? And of course, at one point, Judah, Levi, and Benjamin were all called Jews, or were all living in Judea. See? Because we were, you know what I mean, we were separated as a nation from the other tribes, the northern kingdoms, the other 10 tribes. So when them say Judah, them normally refer to, you know what I mean, Benjamin, Levi, and Judah. We were called the Jews. You understand? Let me jump to another book. I jump to the book of Songs of Solomon, and this is written by Solomon himself. You understand? This is Songs of Solomon, and Solomon is giving you a description of himself. This is Songs of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 5, and it says, I am black. Solomon is letting you know that he's a black man. But comely means handsome or beautiful. So he's saying, I am black, but I'm handsome and beautiful. You know what I mean? The same sentiment here in Jamaica where, you know what I mean, we say we are black and beautiful, or black is beauty. You understand? And why that sentiment came up is because we were taught that being dark skinned was ugly. You know what I mean? When we know that you have a lot of dark skinned people, you know what I mean, who are, you know what I mean, the most good looking people on the face of the earth. You know what I mean? Nobody like them. See? So Solomon I make you know say, I am black, but I am handsome. O ye daughters of Jerusalem, because this was a song to his, you know what I mean, his many wives. He's letting them know that I'm black, but me handsome. You understand? In my lyrics. See? As the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon. So you must say, even like him curtain, I saw him black. You understand? Him black like him curtain them. You understand? Yeah, man. And your Christian pastor will not tell you this. See? Instead, Once upon a time, your Christian pastor would tell you that Jesus was white. When that became controversial, because now the I.S.U.P.K, you know what I mean, under commanding General YAHANNA has been putting in the work from the inception. Even the brothers before commanding General YAHANNA, the 7 generals, them, you know what I mean, from 1969 has been putting in the work, letting people know that no, Jesus is a black man. See, now it became controversial because now that message has gone out, you know what I mean, over the airways. And people confirm that, yeah, Jesus was a black man, he was not white. So now what your Christian church did now was to say that color don't matter. Instead of addressing the fact that Jesus is black and not white. If the Christian church meant our people any good, you know what they would have said? We made a mistake. Jesus is indeed black, and now we should look at him like a black man. Instead of acknowledging that Jesus was black, your Christian church, because it is white supremacy and it is the tool of the oppressor, rather than to admit that Jesus was not white, but black, your Christian church say, color don't matter. You understand? And that is why we say you need to come out of the Christian church, because the Christian church is white supremacy. See? But in the book of Acts chapter 13 and 1, it let you know that even the disciples of Christ, they were called black. They were called a racial slur. See? And we know that the disciples are all Israelites, all Jews. See? This is the book of Acts chapter 13 and 1, and it says, now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon that was called Niger. See? No, we need to find the meaning of the word Niger. So we're going to go over to Google. See? And Google say, Niger, Latin for black. Of course, you have a country over there in Africa that is called Niger. You know what I mean? It comes from also the term black, because they were now implying that this is a country of dark-skinned people. You understand? Let me continue reading. Occurs in Latin, in Latinate scientific nomenclature, and is the root word for the homophone of a nigger. So they were calling the disciples a racial slur. They were saying nigger. So this is where the modern day oppressor got the term nigger from. You understand? Because back in the time of the disciple, the Romans were calling Jesus' disciples nigger or niger. So this modern day descendant of the Romans, the oppressor who enslaved us, because he's also a descendant of the Romans. The Romans are his people. He's from the same nation as the Romans. They are all white people. See, he carry on that tradition of calling us niggers because we were considered niggers or niggers, which means black. All right, so what does the artificial intelligence have to say about the meaning of the word nigger? See, so we're going to ask ChatGPT. See, what does nigger mean? So, what is the Latin meaning for the word nigger? We're going to ask ChatGPT, the artificial intelligence. Well, we see what it says. And it give you a simple answer. The Latin word niger means black or dark. See? So let's go back over to Acts. Right? And it says, Acts chapter 13 and 1. Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon that was called Niger. So ChatGPT right. See? ChatGPT right. The disciples were called black. You understand? So if the people in the Bible are black people, if the children of Israel and even Christ's disciples who are the Israelites are black, what are you learning in the Christian church? That is why we implore you that you need to leave out of that, run from the Christian church as fast as you can, because you are not learning about God inside here. I mean, how can they teach you about God if they can't even teach you what the color of God's people were? You have to start there. or everything is being, you know what I mean, taught out of context, and you are not getting the true knowledge of the Bible inside of the Christian church. And with that, remember to like this video, subscribe to this channel. This is I.S.U.P.K Jamaica under commanding General YAHANNA. Remember to, if you have a question, you can also leave it in the chat. Shalom.